Hello. Welcome to the late live stream of Wednesday, the 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. We got a little bit to talk about. And as much as I like to see the fall of XRP, nothing brings me more joy. I know there's a lot of you out there that are probably holding XRP, and I feel really bad. I am holding some too. So I do believe in XRP. I do believe that it will do well. Although I don't believe in it from a moral, personal level, okay? I just believe in it from a financial level. Let's go ahead and go to the face screen. Hello, how you doing? Welcome. All right. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Last night we mentioned that Ethereum and Litecoin possibly were going to go back down and retest their bottom supports, possibly forming a little bit larger double bottom, and that is coming to fruition as well. Don't worry, you're not supposed to be looking at the charts yet. Don't worry about it. And then I did get my short entry filled on BTC. Unfortunately, though, I had to re-enter. So I got wicked out once by like 20 bucks on Bybit. Unfortunate, but the trade itself that I took is a 7 restored ratio. So I lost 5% of the account, but we're already back in profit in terms of the overall. And it's a 7 restored ratio, so I'll come out with 35% added to the portfolio. So all in all, come out with about, say 28%. I'm not going to do exact math here. If we do return back down to about 22,634, we're at the top of the range. Now we should go back down to the bottom range. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I don't care. We can take the breakout trade, make lots of money there. Really unfortunate because on Bitstamp, which is what I usually do my charting on, it didn't get past my stop loss, which is unfortunate. Stuff like that happens, but it's an if this and that statement. We came back down. I got my re-entry. And this happened, I just woke up in the middle of the night to an alarm. This was, well, actually, no, it was actually kind of early morning, around 8 a.m. So I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night because I was kind of just still looking at the charts. So I didn't wake up until around 2. So, hey, what are you going to do? I'm sorry about that. So let's go ahead and start saying hello. Crypto Boss Andrew, you were first. What's up, buddy? Edvard, Yo Kite. Hey, how you doing, man? Apex, hi, Kite. Hello. Morning, Kite. It's 5:30 a.m. at my place. Oh, well, you're up bright and early. Hello. Good morning. Josh T, howdy, Kite. Hello. Good afternoon, Kite. How you doing, buddy? Doing pretty good. Like I said, I mean, nothing brings me more joy than see XRP. Although it did take a little bit of a hit to my portfolio to see it come down this far. It's not in dangerous territory yet. All right. I'm kind of theorizing that this is similar to the coronavirus FUD. Okay, coronavirus came out, everybody started selling off stocks, and then crypto went along with it. Yes, do I think the lawsuit has an effect on XRP? No doubt. This is why it's happening. All right, but that being said, I don't think in the long term XRP is going to zero. All right, we are very, very dangerously close, and we'll talk about it when we get to XRP, but we're very, very dangerously close to a major diagonal. And on the averages, all right, you're still not seeing the chart. On the averages, we are still safely where we're supposed to be. I know short-term time frames, you're confused, you're like, we're past 33 cents. I'm looking at averages here. And if I'm drawing my supports and resistances and what I'm really taking my trades off of on dailies, all right, the daily average is still sitting at 35 cents. Our next major macro support is at 33 cents. And we could possibly dip below that, which is what we're seeing right now on the smaller time frames. We talked about all of this, that it could come down a lot lower. And this was even before the lawsuit. This was just because I was thinking that BTC was going to get rejected from its all-time high. So this is kind of in line with what I was talking about. I was kind of planning for this all along. The lawsuit just caused it to happen quicker. All right, so we'll talk about that as we get to XRP. Let's talk about the my 3 other favorite coins. XRP will leave you for last, you hooligan. All right, let's keep going. Let's see. Mandanu, hi, hello. Wishes Kite and crew, very Merry Christmas. Crazy Kangaroo, thank you very much, man. Merry Christmas to you as well. What's up, Kite? What it do, baby boo? Hello, Amazing Asian. How you doing, man? Kyle Douglas, what's up? How you doing, Waffle Boy? Chainsaw Bars, good to see you, Kite. You too, buddy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever your time is. Earth is so weird. We all got different times. Kyle Douglas, XRP is dead. Maybe, but listen, Don't fall for this shit. Do not fall for this. All right. Listen, I don't support XRP from a moral standpoint, but this is exactly like the coronavirus crash. XRP is probably going to be one of the best performing coins of this bull run. All right, in terms of actual percentage growth. So do not get me wrong. These extra percentage points that you could add to your portfolio in the longer term is absolutely astronomical. People lose sight of that in the short term when these rich people, I'm not going full conspiracy with it, but I do think they're taking advantage of news to force the price action back down so they can pick it up on the prime technical analysis levels. Gerlandia, hi Kite, ladies and gents. Hello, how you doing? Ali MB, hey Kite. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Me Paradis, hopefully I pronounced that correct. XRP and alts are dead right now. No, what are you talking about? Litecoin is still holding its support. Ethereum is still holding its support. You know, Bitcoin's still in the middle of its range. XRP is the only one that's really, and we could have expected this, all right? All the other coins were pumping, and XRP was just kind of staying still in its little bull flag, all right? So we could have seen this coming from a mile away. And XRP is one of the main reasons why I thought Bitcoin was not going to break out to the upside back when we were at the all-time high. All right. Oh, hi there, both of us today, but I may fall asleep as it's 4:30 after your unexpected phase. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are you getting any flash token for holding XIO? I'm not. I don't hold any XIO. Ernesto, hey Kite, what's up? Hello, how you doing? I just bought XRP, get wrecked. Dead right now, lol. You and Crypto Face inspired me to start making YouTube videos on trading. Only got 3 vids so far. Awesome, man. As long as you're putting great information out there that people can use, more power to you, man. Best to buy right now? Buy when it hurts. You know, if you guys subscribe to Crypto Bitcoin Chris, that was one of his old sayings. Buy when it hurts. And if it ain't hurting right now, yeah, I don't know. But we'll talk about that as the time comes in. All right, so let's go ahead and switch over to the charts. Sorry, still got eye gook in my eye. All right, let's go ahead, go over to live screen. Let's go ahead and put up our, not our, but our green screen. All right, so boom, boom. I wonder if the green screen will fully cover what I got already. It doesn't cover that right corner. I gotta go into there and fix that. All right, so let's go ahead, go to crop pad, right, add 200. We'll do 250. Maybe 270. Okay, perfect. It'll make me a little bit large. Okay, let's go ahead and start talking about Bitcoin first. Like I said, last night, we did like a little surprise live stream on me trying to get an entry on a short. All right, so this was my whole ideology. All right, so we came up to the top of the resistance, and I wasn't definitely looking. I thought this was going to be a failed trade, not failed in terms of getting stopped out and, you know, having it break out to the upside. But as soon as we started coming down a lot further, I was like, okay, maybe I'm not going to get that short entry. Oh well, we'll hit it on the bounce. But fortunately, you know, my plan went correct, and this is what I'm talking about. I didn't sacrifice my entry because of my disappointment or anxiety. I wasn't like, okay, well, I didn't get my entry here. Let's go ahead and enter here. That makes no sense. First of all, there's no support and resistance for me to make a good stop loss off of, because my stop loss still would have had to been all the way up here. It would have not have been a good risk reward ratio. I didn't sacrifice my entry. That's what I want to be important here. So on the smaller time frames, we came back up to retest the top of that range, and so far we're kind of back down towards the middle. So as the trade currently stands, I'm already at about a 4 almost, okay? And I'm looking for about a 7. All right, that's what I'm looking for here. Now, unfortunately, on Bybit, I did get wicked out of my position so slightly. All right, my stop loss was at about 24,135. All right, and we got to like 24,171. Really, Bitcoin? All right, so stuff like this is gonna happen, and normally a person would cut their losses and they would go, well, shoot, I hate my life. And then, you know, go to bed crying. You know, I sat there for a couple minutes. Obviously, it was a quick wick. It came back down. I got my re-entry on a conditional, set up my stop loss again, and went the hell to bed. All right. And this is where we're at now. So, if I win this trade, I come out with about 35% added to my portfolio. I lost 5% on the first wick. So I don't know what the quick math is on that. We could say 30%, but it's a little bit less than that because of how things work. So we'll say 28% if I get the full amount to this trade. Fantastic. 28% profit. So you're going to lose trades from time to time. It's a part of trading. That's why we structure risk to reward and risk management. That's why it's important, because we're going to lose trades. And if you can structure your risk to reward and your risk management correctly, you can win only 25% of your trades and still break even. So you don't even have to really be good at trading to make money, man. That's what I'm saying. But if you don't do correct risk to reward, or what is in my nose? If you don't do correct risk to reward, sorry. Why? What the hell is happening? I feel like I'm getting attacked spiritually to my nose. So I don't know what's happening. Where was I? So if you don't structure your risk to reward and your risk management correctly, you're not going to have the same availability that I have. I suck at trading, man. All right, listen. But that's cool. All right, so that's why we build certain fail safes into our system. So I would say I probably have somewhere around like I would say at the higher end, when I'm hitting on like my strides, you know, if it be like a month or two, I have like 60 to 70%. But more often than not, I would say I'm somewhere towards like the 40 to 55%. All right, which is perfectly fine. I mean, I could go as low as 20% win rate and still be successful as long as I'm hitting 6-7 restored ratios. But that's not the goal here. All right. It's like I got kicked out of a casino a little while back for doing a roulette glitch. All right, breaking the simulation in real life, breaking mathematics. So in roulette, all right, you can bet on red or black, or you can bet on a number. But betting on a number is stupid because your odds are so low. All right, this is like a little Zen lesson for you. So what I did is it's called the martingale method. Basically, if you land on red or black, you just bet on red the entire time. You never switch. All right. And if you win, you double your money. So let's say I'm betting $1 and then I lose. Okay. Then I bet $2 and I lose. And I bet $4 and then I win. So then I get $8 back when I only bet, you know, $7. So I get that initial capital back, and I just keep doing it over and over and over again. So if you take in $1,000 and you make sure that you at least have 8 to 10 chances to double your money, statistically, you can't lose. And eventually they kick you out if they notice that you're doing that. So that's what trading is. You're just kind of doing that same sort of method, not exactly. And nobody can kick you out of the casino. Isn't that great? I love trading. All right, so that's Bitcoin. Like I said, it's pretty damn simple when it gets to this point. When we've kind of solidified a top and a bottom, I don't really care about indicators at that point. It literally comes down to support and resistance. So we're looking at the top of the range. We're going to short that. Looking at the bottom of the range. We're going to short that. Now, if we do happen to come down to like 22,800, 900, and I see a double bottom and then we break that horizontal resistance, I have to take my profits early because that's a bullish reversal. And then from there, we mark out the higher low. And then we kind of watch it as it capitulates. Once it gets to a certain point and I start seeing that risk to reward ratio really start to shorten up and not be worth it, in my opinion, because I don't like trading diagonals anyways. Yeah, that's when I'm going to stop trading. And it might be that way for like an entire month where I don't take a single trade on Bitcoin. Don't kill me. Don't put me on the cross. All right. I trade a certain way. I want to make money. I don't want to lose it. That's how I trade. You'll lose actually after a couple of times. You'll hit the 20-time lose streak, and there is statistically to hit a 20 times lose streak. I've done it once in my life, but I've done this method probably countless times on different websites, different games, different casinos. It's worked every time for me, man. I've come out with profit. Now, I'm not saying stay there until you're freaking rich. I'm just saying get a little bit of extra money and get the hell out. Radosh, hi Kitty. Hello. How you doing, buddy? Hey Kite, how are you? KDM, how are you, man? What's going on? Can you see how Bitcoin performed last year or in the last few or in the last this month? Yeah, we can take a look at the monthly candles. I've seen that. You know, I don't really care about that. You know, I just care about support and resistance. I don't care about, you know, the length of the candles or anything like that. But definitely, when it comes to, well, this is Bybit, so we'll have to go to Bitstamp later. But yeah, the weekly candle for Bitcoin was the largest it's ever been. Not percentage wise. That's what matters to me. I'm going to lose my mind. It's like my nose tickles and itches at the same time, but there's nothing in it. I'm going to lose my mind. All right, let's go ahead, transfer over to Ethereum. We talked about this last night as we were coming up towards the top of the range. You know, I was looking for it to come up to the top of the range, but we didn't get that, which is actually, I'm thankful for that because I do want this to go into a range for a longer period of time. All right. I want this to last about a month, maybe 2 months, and get at least, you know, 1, 2, 3, or 4 trades out of it. But if we would have went to the top of the range, we could have easily made a inverse head and shoulders here and then skyrocket out of it, which, you know, short term would make us a lot of money. But listen, if you want to make a lot of money, you have to be able to be willing to get stuck in ranges that last upwards of a month. That way you can accumulate. And then when you take the breakout trade, you're using the same percentage risk, but you're making substantially more money than you would if it just went straight up. Hey, it's all about the money. All about the money, but the money is there to help people. So if you want to go ahead and get into a long position, I would be looking for about 599 to about 598 with a stop loss nicely below. Let's see where that last wick ended up. That last wick was not too crazy. Usually we get a lower wick on the second bounce, a higher wick when we're touching lows here. I'm mixing up my words, but we usually get a higher wick. So having my stop loss here gives me a little bit of confidence, and I'm pretty much just gonna be holding that to the top. That's about a 5.72, not too shabby. Definitely not as great as the Bitcoin short, but it's there. It's an availability. And we do have that double bottom kicking in. Let's go ahead and check out the 6 hour for any bullish divergence. Yeah, we have some exaggerated bullish divergence. Oh, Kentucky. I'm doing my stream, Prosky. Doing my stream. Cut down to a 2 hour. 2 hour bullishly diverging RSI as well. Looks like that bottom's going to come in. So I have some confidence in that. All right, so that's Ethereum. Like I said, I'm looking for these things to get stuck in ranges. Don't get confused by this previous resistance over here. That's not going to be of much use. These are overlapping ranges, okay? Totally separate. Treat them separate. This support and resistance does not matter anymore. Trust me, all right? Maybe this diagonal resistance here does matter a little bit. That could come in handy later. But as of right now, just treat it as a horizontal separate range. I will upload these to whatchamacallit, Telegram afterwards. I just want to get the stream started because this was the first time I got to look at the charts today. All right. So, you know, if you can't see the numbers, all right, for Ethereum, we are at the bottom of the range with bullishly diverging RSI. All right. My entry would be about 599 to about 598 with my stop loss at about 587. That's a good stop loss for me personally. If you want to go a little bit riskier, get a better risk reward ratio, that is up to you, but just know that you might have to re-enter. I might have to re-enter too, so who knows? All right. Now, a quick tip is that if you do get wicked out and then we come back into the range, you can actually use a little bit smaller stop loss because theoretically you've already retested that downside, so you're probably not going to go down much further if that does solidify the bottom. So you can actually get a better risk reward ratio that way. All right? I didn't do that on Bitcoin, but I could do that on Ethereum if that does choose to happen. Let's see. I'm missing a lot of messages here. I'm very sorry. You forgot the 0 and 0. You don't have well, yeah, you have like a 48% chance of winning. My bad. Which is still 50% chance in my book. Rounded out. All right. Do triple martingale? I have done triple so one of my pastimes that I have not done recently because I'm a wholesome Christian boy that does not like to lose money. I've actually made quite a bit of money on a website called Bitcoin Crash. All right. I do not promote it. I'm just talking about it. All right. Bitcoin Crash is a website where you bet amount of money and then it will start going on a multiplier curve. All right. And eventually you can set a cash out point. So you can go up to 3x, 4x, 5x. All right. And you can kind of do that. So I would do a version of triple martingale. So instead of 2x my investment, I would do 4x my investment, and I would do the martingale method with that. Because I think it came out to about a 33% chance of winning, which is not good. But like I said, you get your money and you get out. So, I mean, I went in with like $100 and I walked away with like 400 after about like maybe an hour of doing it. I buy stocks that I'm interested in. I don't buy stocks just on pure speculation. So like AMD, I bought that at $7 back in 2017 because that was when they announced their first, actually competitive processors compared to AMD. They still weren't quite catching up to NVIDIA, but the recent strides in the graphics cards department have actually put them comparably. Not, NVIDIA is still in the lead, but comparably. They're an option now, not just a side piece. So AMD and NVIDIA, I hold that. It's kind of like my hedging thing, just in case one does better than the other. What other stock do I hold? Hold a little bit of Tesla, but we sold a shit ton of Tesla back when it made its crazy run up. And I made shit tons of money off of that. I don't care about it now. I'm going to put everything that I made off of Tesla into crypto. All right, I still believe in Tesla. I think it'll do well, but I don't think a run up like that is going to happen anytime soon again. Well, that's about it. I don't do a whole lot of stocks. It seems to me Bitcoin is forming a pattern below the 20k euro mark, similar to the one below 20k USD mark, just on a shorter time frame. Bitcoin is forming a pattern below the 20k euro mark. Yeah, that could be what's happening. I mean, it's pretty common. All right, the past year, Bitcoin has been trapped in these ranges. This is Ethereum, my bad. And this is why my trading method actually works very, very well for the recent price action. It might change in the future. We might have to change things. Who knows? All right. There will be a time, and we already discussed what that trading method will look like. But yeah, horizontal, builds a higher low, gets itself out of there. Right here, horizontal, builds higher lows, capitulates, gets itself out of there. Right here, horizontal, top, bottom, breakout, top, bottom, breakout. All right. Right here, horizontal, boom, 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 higher low, boom, 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 capitulate, breakout. So, I mean, it's pretty damn simple to trade these horizontal ranges. All right. And yeah, there'll be slip ups where you don't get your take profits on shorts, so you don't get your entries on longs, and you have to wait for the breakout. Boo hoo. You make too much money. You don't lose on trade. I'm sorry. I don't play enough harsh parent. All right. I try to be loving and caring to all you and give you guys sympathy. But if the God's honest truth of it, this is simple. All right. You got horizontal resistances. If you can't take the trades that you want to trade, wait for the trades that you can take safely, and you'll still make money. Taking a trade and not taking a trade at all is sometimes better. All right. Remember that. So I haven't seen you do GON fans in a while. Yeah, we looked at the GON fans, see how they're shaping up, and yes, they're still accurate. But I just don't think for the general public that's a good idea. It's a lot of information to throw at people, and then I have to explain how it works and why it works, and then I can't explain why it works because it's freaking magic. All right, so I rather not do it. Is that on Telegram? Oh, you already read that. I already read that. Mohammed, hello, Austin. Hello, how you doing, buddy? Andrew, hello. Oh yeah, I've seen the crash BTC go to like 1000x. What's hedging? So hedging is like taking a long and a short at the same time, but in stock world, you can do longs and shorts at the same time, theoretically. But in the stock world, it's like if you have two competing companies and they're kind of like the same department. So like Microsoft and Apple, or, you know, GM and, well, I don't know if GM is also Mercedes, if that's like a sub company. A really good example is AMD and NVIDIA, or AMD and Intel, all right? They both make processors, they both make graphics cards, all right? So if one does better than the other, that saves your portfolio. It's hedging, all right? All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Litecoin. I know I'm kind of going slow today. Very, very sorry for that. Litecoin as well, coming back down to that bottom of the range. Let's go ahead. We have some bullishly diverging RSI as well. That looks like it's going to solidify. If you guys are looking for an entry on Litecoin, I'm still holding my long, and I will be for quite a while. So I'd probably be looking for an entry around like 101.60. That'd probably be a good entry. And then your stop loss nicely below that at about 3.3% at about $98, 98.23. Let's see where that last wick got to. Yeah, that last wick got to about 98.37. So if we kind of think that we're going to get a higher low in the terms of wicks, well, we should be fine. And then carrying it up to the top of the range, taking our profit just a little bit ahead of time, that's going to put us at about a 6 risk to reward ratio. Fantastic. Once we do return back to the top of the range, if I do see a bearish divergence, I will be taking my profits on my Litecoin long, and then trading it from there, top to bottom, until we have a breakout. That's my plan. All right, so last but not least, let's talk about XRP, the coin that everybody has their eyes on, and why is it dumping? So we had a bull flag that broke out to the downside, unfortunately. So in terms of actual target, we're kind of at our target here. All right, so what I really want to talk about, all right, is the daily chart, the daily averages. Forget the 1 hour, forget the 2 hour. All right, so the daily average, oh, didn't mean to do that. All right, so this is the diagonal resistance that was holding us down for many, many, many months. And we're kind of coming back down to it to retest it. So we have the diagonal from the higher lows here and the diagonal from the lower highs here. All right, so, and also the next best horizontal is around 133 to about 31, or not 133, 33 cents and 31 cents. Okay, so just for the sake of things, we'll kind of move it down to the middle. So we have this cradle formation here, all right, between the two diagonals and the horizontal. All right, we saw this happen on Bitcoin. All right, so I believe, and I could be biting my words here, I don't believe that this lawsuit is as extreme as people make it out to be. Yes, they have to sell some XRP to pay for the lawsuit, and this could be it. Okay, but at the same time, I still think that XRP is going to be around this bull run. I still think it's going to do phenomenally well in terms of percentage growth. Okay, if you can get a buy-in. Okay, so once you see it comfortably above about 32 cents, 31 cents, and finding support in that cradle formation, if you can get a buy-in, and I'm going to go very, very, you know, conservative. There's people calling for $30 for XRP. There's people calling for crazy numbers for XRP. We're going to say $10, all right? Just being as conservative as I can possibly be. $10 is 3,166%, all right, from that entry, all right? So, I mean, just for the hell of it, if we talk about, you know, maybe $20, $20 is going to be about 6,000%, all right? So about 61 times your investment, all right? So I would not buy it now. I don't trust it now, all right? Once you see it get back above that macro local high of about 31.6 cents, all right, and comfortably finding support inside of this this cradle formation here, all right, that's when I would re-enter or you know, pick up some more, depending on if you're just holding it on spot. All right. I know it sucks short term, but you got to think about the coronavirus drop. How many people exited the market at the bottom? All right. Because they thought, you know, we were going down to $2,000 or something like that. Okay. I trusted my Gone fans back then, and they did me well. All right. This time around, I'm trying to use a little bit more of my critical thinking, my brain, on how market psychology works. And with the technicals lining up like this and the average, now, if the average gets past 33 cents, that's more detrimental, especially if it gets past these diagonals. But I'm looking at it from a daily perspective, and from a daily perspective, this is still within reason. All right. I know the wick is a little bit crazy right now. I'm not saying enter. All right. I'm just saying hold off on your judgment. Let's see if it comes back above that 31 cent mark. Because with this cradle formation, that will skyrocket. It really will. Let's go ahead and look at the daily RSI. Daily RSI is almost in the oversold territory. That will create a massive bullish divergence if we can collect average support around 31 cents as well. So keep your eye out on it. Let's go and check out the 4-day as well. Would you look at that? All right, we talk about the 4-day finding support off the 50. All right, we got our first bounce off the 50 over here. Could this be a disguise, a ruse? Could they be trying to hoodwink you? All right, bamboozle you? All right, looks like we're coming back down to retest that 50 to continue this bull run up. This is one of those things where it's like, I think it would have happened either way. Despite the lawsuit or not, I think the lawsuit just accelerated it, just like it did on Bitcoin with the coronavirus crash. So that's pretty much it for all 4 major coins. So we can just kind of talk. We can look at different coins. Yeah. So a lot of FUD in the market right now when it comes to XRP. I just want to kind of clear up some misconceptions. We got a good couple trades nonetheless on all the other coins, so don't miss out on those. Good trade on Bitcoin, good trade on Litecoin, good trade on Ethereum. Might take a couple days to work itself out, but we'll see. You sound like a preacher. Well, I grew up in a church, so, and my grandfather's a preacher, or was a preacher, and he also has a PhD in theological studies, so makes sense. Well, we already got wicked out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up a conditional long for if we get back above that range right there. And as well as that, open up a short. Conditional. There we go. And we'll do a little bit less stop loss. Do about 1.5%. I wouldn't open up the short just yet. I want to see at least the 1 hour candle close below. And it will get a retest. Let's see. 599. 599. Okay. Open up the conditional. Why other alts are also dumping right now? BTC is pretty stable at the moment. Does XRP dump have anything to do with it, or is it just coincidence as an example? So, what is the importance of a market? Why is a market important? A market is important to, or technical analysis, the way price action moves. All right. The main purpose is to retest previous price points to confirm the validity of a price of an asset at any given point in time. All right. The more significant the support and resistance that we pass, the more likely we are to go back down and retest it. All right. So we talked about this a couple days ago. All right. I was talking about a rejection from the all-time high going back down to retest about 13,000 to about 12.5. Okay. Which a lot of people would not like. They would see it the same way. Super duper bearish. Oh no, we got rejected at the all-time high. Double top on the all-time high. We dead. All right. Pretty much, you know, playing into the psychology of traders. All right. They look for patterns. They see a double top on a monthly time frame. They're going to be super duper scared. All right. So there is a possible chance that we actually break this range to the downside. Not unheard of. And go back down to retest the all-time high, maybe even dip below it slightly, and kind of catch this this diagonal here. Is definitely a possibility. Preacher from Queens, like Queens, New York. I will say, like, out of the entire internet, some of the best memes have come from preachers. Hands down. Hands down. I don't see XRP surviving a year. It's already starting. It's already starting. Listen, I understand why. I don't like XRP either. I hope it goes to zero. I don't hope it goes to zero because there's a lot of people in my Telegram group that I know personally as well that like XRP and are holding it. But I think this is a trick, guys. I really do think this is a trick. XRP is crashing. What is bottom? All right. So we talked about this. XRP. We're going to look at the daily averages. All right. 4-day is going back down to retest the 50. In a bull run scenario, the one thing that needs to happen is a constant retest of the 50 on the RSI. All right. The daily average is still sitting at about 33 cents. Do not worry about short-term time frames. All right. I don't think that this is going to end up catastrophic. I think that we will have a nice rebound and get back above 31 cents within, you know, maybe a week or two. Hopefully quicker than that. So what I'm looking for is the daily averages to kind of solidify around 31, 33 cents, maybe a little bit below that around like 30 to 29, and then kind of get caught in this cradle formation here. We have 3 major supports and resistances. We have the previous diagonal resistance, the current support diagonal right here, and the previous resistance of 31. Yeah, I hope BTC goes down. We're in a short on BTC at the current moment. As long as XRP doesn't get delisted from Coinbase, I don't think there's much catastrophic room for it. And has not been delisted from Coinbase yet. Oh, Ethereum slipping through. All right, so when it comes to Ethereum, all right, we missed the short entry. Unfortunate. So I was hoping that it would kind of bounce. All right, we have the diagonal there, but if the diagonal fails, probably either here or here's the next step. So what I'll be looking for, since we missed the short entry, is either a double bottom here on the 1 hour to 2 hour chart, or a double bottom here on the 1 hour to 2 hour chart. I don't know what the lawsuit is technically about. I think it's very similar to how Kik was sued by the SEC or SEC. But that's the main reason why, well, what you would presume the main reason to be XRP going to the downside for. What I really want to happen here is I hope ETH, its funding rate, goes negative. Because I'm still in a ETH long from $333 that I've been holding for quite a while. And the funding rate hasn't been too bad. But if we can get a nice dump that gets our funding rate negative, I'll be a pretty happy boy. Make some of that money back from getting all the funding from this eaten up. Where the target of the for the long on ETH be at the top again, or are you going to play each range? So this is how it works. Depending on where we get our trend broken from, kind of sets up the new range. So right here, when this trend line is broken, whatever the top is, well, this is the top. Whatever the bottom decides to be. So like, let's say we find support at, you know, $539 and this diagonal gets broken. Okay. Then this is my new range from top to bottom. All right. Your ranges are dependent on trends. Now, one good thing about a lot of these altcoins kind of telling you that they're going to be dumping here. All right. So if ETH just failed its support, you can kind of assume that these are going to fail their support as well. So if you want to, you can go ahead and set up some short positions, probably somewhere around like $98 on Litecoin. Set your stop loss nicely below, above. Now, this is kind of difficult because in order for you to be actually successful with this Litecoin trade here, you would actually have to come back down to about $66, okay? Because the diagonal is nowhere to be found up in this region. Or you would go back down to retest $91, which that is an abysmal restored ratio. But if we do happen to come down to, that'd be about 8.78. Am I out of my LTC trade? Not yet. That was only a wick bear trap. Well, you got to give it some time. All right, we'll set the cutoff point. What are we at right now? It's 97.64. Get the That's what you want to do. Listen, there's going to be these large corrections, and we have yet to see one on BTC. I personally believe that this XRP is a correction, despite the lawsuit. I know what the words people are going to say are. But that being said, that's why it's important to pay attention to macros. Now, that would have kind of failed you on XRP, but on the averages, we're still holding it. I'd still think that a return back down to $20,000 on BTC would actually do us some good. All right, I know you don't want to see it, but that can be more to accumulate, as well as that kind of pick up that long off of the all-time high. Just kind of carry it on. If you guys did miss that entry. Where are the tunes? Can you not hear them? Pretty sure we're being played out by a mystery rich man. No, this is just how a market works. Now, XRP, that's a little bit more crazy on that side. But these ranges being broken, if they do happen to continue being broken, that's not a big issue. All right. But that being said, like I said, a market, all its job is to retest previous highs, previous lows, either on the way up or on the way down. And the quicker that we can confirm support off of the all-time high, I really think that would do some good. You can kind of see, if you want to look at this way, all right, we kind of have a head and shoulders, like a diagonal head and shoulders almost, on BTC. So when we get down to the bottom of this range, which we most likely will by the end of today, and I think on the wicks we probably actually already have. Yeah, on the wicks we have. Oh, I already got my take profit. Quick money. All right, so probably what I'm going to be waiting for is a little bit more time on BTC. I might go with the short if it starts to dip below. All right, probably looks something like this. All right. If not, I'm looking for a 1 hour to 30-minute double bottom. Hey, I just joined a bit late. Missed what you said about BTC. So we were actually a little bit more bullish when this first started, but with ETH breaking out to the downside, we're starting to look at this as a head and shoulders pattern here. So we took a short last night, which we got wicked out of once, but then we just got our take profit filled just a couple seconds ago. I just missed it. Now, we're waiting for either one, a bounce around this region and double bottom, which I can either take the long off of the second bottom, or I can go ahead and take the long off of the breakout, depending on how sizable that double bottom is. But as well as that, I'm probably going to see if we can take a short trade down to about 19,870. Yeah, I forgot to do it before I hopped on Livestream. I wanted to increase the bit rate. That way it's a little bit higher quality. So that's one successful trade for today. And we just got wicked out of Ethereum. And we have yet to get wicked out of XRP. I mean, not XRP, Litecoin. Litecoin's a lot more difficult, man. I don't want to take the short on XRP, to be honest. I really don't. But I might have to. You know what I might do? I might continue to hold my long on Litecoin on inverse perpetual, but I might open up a short position on USDT, because that way I kind of got both sides covered, and if one loses, I should be fine. So here, what would be a good entry point for this? Let's see, because like I said, the previous high is right here at 91. So even if I got like a $99 entry and a decent stop loss at about 102.50 to 102.60, if that is all we go back down to retest, because like I said, a market, all it's trying to really do is retest the previous high, confirm support to continue moving on. That's a toughie, man. But there is the chance that we break that previous high and come back down to around 70 to 66, and that would be an 8. All right. So if I get stopped out, I lose 10% of my portfolio, but if I win, I come back with about 40%. So somewhere around, let's say 25% net profit. Do I want to set that trade up or not? That's the question. Well, I mean, why am I thinking too hard about this? Yes, I do want to set this trade up. Screw me, man. Beep boop. I'm a robot. Thinking way too damn hard. All right, so I'm going to do, I have a long open from $93.50 on Litecoin, but I'm also going to set up a short here, contingent if we re-break this, this support. Conditional market. We're going to use 5% margin, 100%. That is a 3.56. All right, so it's going to be about 28x leverage with a trigger price of $99 and a quantity that has to equal $35 margin. So let's try 10. It's 28, 12, 13, 14. Give me one moment. I'm just trying to make sure I got all this correct. Okay. So I do have that extra trade open just in case. It's kind of a good spread there. The main thing is it's all contingent on if we break this high. That's the only way that the short is actually going to work out. The worst case scenario is I get stopped out of both trades. I'm using about 5% risk here on the $100 account. So that way, you know, I'll make a little bit more extra. Not using anything insane like we were using on the $100 account when we first started it. $100 account is sitting at about $800 today because of all the drops. But I did make a really good amount added to the portfolio off of this short trade here. Hey Kite, any resources or course to understand your range style trading? So I offer the one-on-ones if you guys want to go for that. It's $450. It comes with lifetime Telegram, lifetime Discord, and then about 4 one-on-one sessions that usually last about an hour. And I say that, all right, I usually say that they last about an hour, but typically I go on these long tangents that are useful, but they're tangents, and they usually last like 2 hours. So you get your money's worth that way. But if you guys don't want to go with me, all right, you can always go with Crypto Bitcoin Chris. Awesome value. Doesn't offer the one-on-ones, but you can learn from his posts. So I think his is about $60 a month unless he changed it. So that's always an option. Gone for a smoke. Another day, another stream. Checking in. Can you check your Discord? Yeah, I can go ahead and do that right after the live stream. So what's exactly your stop loss and entry on LTC? So I set up a kind of a hedge trade just in case we do happen to break that support once again and finally tank this time. But with that being said, let's go back to LCC real quick. Did we kind of retest that previous high? Not exactly. So I don't want to really say, but my entry is about $99. My stop is about 102, and I set this up after we had the first blip to the downside. All right, so I'm targeting $71 because the only way that this short works is if we break this previous high, which would not be good, but it would be good for our short. All right, now that would put us in a predicament because, like I said, trading is kind of like a puzzle game. All right, you have to kind of think a couple steps ahead. If we do break that previous high, there is the chance that we get stuck in a head and shoulders, all right, and go even further down. Okay, so yikes. Okay, so I don't want that to happen, but if it does happen, we have the trade backing it up. And I still have my conditional open at $5.99 on Ethereum, just in case we come back up and this was kind of like a fake out. And like I said, on BTC particularly, okay, since I got my take profit taken on the short, all right, I have not re-entered a long immediately. I'm waiting for a double bottom, okay? Double bottom. That's what we're looking for. If we don't get it, we don't get it. I'd rather have a double bottom reaffirming my beliefs than none at all. You think there's a new bottom being formed on ETH at about 580? It seems like there's some history there on the 1 hour. Yes, but I don't like that small amount of price action determining our new low, okay? The best thing that we can do is wait for that double bottom to form wherever it might form and then take the long off of that. We hoped that it would have been around 593, but unfortunately it wasn't. All right. So when it comes to the next couple of macro steps down, not macro, but medium steps down, I'd probably be looking at about 540 if we don't get back above 593. But I see what you're saying. There is that possibility right here. Okay, definitely a possibility, but we have to see that double bottom come in. The hope is that after you get a major rejection like this, all right, it's going to create a trend. Sometimes it's a much more leaning trend. Sometimes it's a much more harsh trend. Okay, and you want to wait for that trend break. So we're looking for a double bottom. Now, if you want to be ultra safe, you wait to take the breakout of the double bottom, all right, which can sometimes be even more profitable than taking a risk at the bottom of the range. Once this trend is broken, that kind of solidifies this and this as our major supports. All right, and then from there we can start trading it. So sometimes getting these ranges exactly correct kind of sucks. We were quite lucky when it came to the first range here, top, bottom, nice double bottom. We caught that trade right here. We tried to short it. You probably would have gotten wicked out once or twice, but you could have got that lower high. And then the double bottom here, you would have had to take profits. So you wouldn't have actually made much. But the people that I feel sorry for right now is the people that took the breakout trade from 617. It's unfortunate, but it happens sometimes. You just have to learn to live with it. We're still waiting for Bitcoin to make a move. I'm glad that it dropped so fast and we got our take profit that quickly, but now it's kind of just like, what do? We just twiddle our thumbs. All right, so I'll talk about XRP one more time for everybody, okay? Anybody that's just showing up to the live stream or hasn't seen me talk about XRP yet. All right, XRP, massive dump coming out of a bullish pattern. But that being said, all right, on the daily averages, we are still sitting at 34 cents, and we are still within the bounds of a cradle formation. Cradle formation is where you have two diagonal supports and resistances that can act as support, and as well as that, a plus is a horizontal, okay? So let's go over to BTC and let me show you a prime example of what a cradle formation can do for said price action. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to Bitstamp here. We're going to go to Bitstamp and we're going to go ahead and mark out all of the major supports and resistances from the 2018 bear market. Okay. This is all of the major supports and resistances from the 2018 bear market. All right, so you have a diagonal support, okay? And you can kind of say, all right, that this was your diagonal support here as well. All right, so you have the macro horizontal here, and you have two diagonal supports and resistances meeting each other. All right, so that's what the cradle formation that we're looking for at the current moment on XRP. This is off the daily chart. You can see that it did wick quite a bit down below these diagonals here. XRPP. I'm a child. Okay. But that's what I'm talking about on XRP. That's what we want to see. All right, listen, Linda. I think it's a distraction. It's a trap. All right. The coronavirus crash was disguised as a global economic meltdown, when in reality, this was going to happen either way. Now, without Corona, I think it would have happened much slower. But with Corona, it happened quite quickly. All right. It wasn't because of Corona exactly, but how markets work and how how people stack their supports and resistances, depending on buy orders and sell orders. All right. And as well as that, we consistently have been talking about the RSI and how to predict bull runs. All right. We talked about how the RSI gets above the 50, comes back down to retest, has the initial run up, and then comes back down to retest. You can see that on the 4-day chart, we are sitting at exactly the 50. So it would be absolutely no surprise whatsoever that we start turning around, finding support, and start pumping from here, in the next couple of days. Okay. And it's going to consistently go up into the overbought territory, come back down to the 50, overbought 50, overbought 50, overbought 50, and then eventually it'll come down below the 50 and get rejected, and that's where you take all your money from. Okay. Well, it's in the name, Ripple. So hopefully, although I'm a happy guy when I see Litecoin doing terrible things, hopefully that gives you a sigh of relief. Obviously, I'm not here to spread hopium. I'm just saying that it's not all over yet. That's all. And if XRP got delisted from Coinbase, rest in peace, Ripple. That's what Ripple stands for. Rest in peace, people. We're getting a nice bounce on Litecoin. Love to see it. I'm still on my long, so I didn't have to enter or exit anything on that. Hopefully that continues to hold. And like I said, the next step for Bitcoin is definitely going to be looking for a double bottom off of the $22,600 area. And then our only hope is that we can see a double bottom form either on the 30-minute to 1 hour on Ethereum, enter upon the breakout of that, and hopefully that breaks the trend line that I'm looking at right here and creates a new local high and a new local low. Radosh, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but you crack me up whenever you put hashtag me too, whenever it's related to crypto. I don't know if you know what that means. Hopefully you do. But it shouldn't be hilarious, but it's kind of hilarious because, hey, crypto sometimes takes advantage of us. I'll be honest. So, I was looking at a conditional long at about 5.99 on Ethereum, okay? Because the original idea that was this was going to be our bottom here, and it still can be. This might be a wick on the higher time frames, all right? So, our last support was 593, so taking a long at about 5.99 a little bit before then, and setting up a stop loss below. That's what I was looking to go for. As long as we're currently sitting below 593, you can open a short though. It's just kind of tough right now to say that that's the true answer because we still have this larger diagonal in the way. This could just be kind of a fake out here. So let's go ahead and delete that, not trick people up. It's an if this then that. If we are above 155 cents on LTC, should be in a long. Hi Kite, your Patreon price for 101 is for 500 or 450. So on Patreon, it is $500 because there is some people that can't don't have the availability to pay in crypto. The reason why is because Patreon takes 10%, actually 12% now, of whatever I make off of the website itself. So if you pay me 500, I get about 450. So if you hit me up directly through Discord, which is in the description, is Kite #2136 with a capital K, and you message me through there and say, hey, I want to sign up. We'll talk for a little bit. And then we'll get you signed up through there for 450. You save $50, I make the same amount of money. I was gonna make myself the entire portrait of XRP because nobody wants to see that. Let's see. What's my output bit rate right now? My output bit rate is 6,000. I think next live stream I'll go up to 10,000. That way it makes the numbers and everything a lot easier to see. And it makes my quality a little bit better as well. Awesome, Young Song. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, so I think we're going to come to an end here. You know, maybe we'll stay around for another 15 minutes, but I'm definitely going to put the green screen down. My camera's too big. All right. Yeah, we'll just make our entire camera the size of XRP's. New pin every stream. Go on ahead and get right. But what's an output bitrate? So how much information am I sending to YouTube servers that they can go ahead and digest into outputable information to you guys? So the more bitrate that I send in, the higher quality the stream is. Less pixelation. Fishy, you have food and water. Stop it. What about a discount for the Telegram subs for one-on-one? If you message me and we can get it verified for how long you've been in there, we'll work something out. But that would make things like kind of difficult on me, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that hit me up after that. I don't want to say no, because that is fair, but hit me up. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but wait for that little bottom, take the breakout, or if you want to do what I'm doing, take the re-entry on 5.99. This one, I'm not using considerable risk for the ETH trade. Like I said, I am in a long-term macro ETH trade. I'm not looking to scalp, okay? ETH in particular. It's one of my biggest setups. I'd rather not ruin it, but I am using about 1% risk to 2% risk whenever I'm taking those scalp trades. So if we do happen to get that re-entry at about 5.99 with our stop loss about I think it's like 5.87 is my stop loss, and we go back up to the top of the range, that would come out to about a 6. So if we got wicked out twice, all right, and you already lost, like, let's say you're using 2% risk, you already lost 4%, okay? But if you win, you walk away with 12%. So net positive, let's say 6 to 7%. Word, I got some Ripple I can give you. Trying to dump it on everybody else. Cruel. Just cruel. What are you doing? What are you doing, fishy? You tired? You take a nap? Are you baby? Lay down, buddy. All right, let's see. Let me check some things before we go ahead and head off. Hey Austin, great stream. Getting wicked out, is it worth decreasing the risk to reward ratio in order to increase the chance of a successful trade by not getting wicked out? Within reason. All right, within reason, because like today, for example, all right, let's say that you're taking the Litecoin trade, for example, okay, and you kind of have it set up similar to what I have it set up here. All right, that's going to net you about 5.5 risk to reward ratio. All right. Let's say that you get wicked out of that trade and you go, well, maybe I should put my stop loss down here. Now it turns into a 3.2. So if you're going to re-enter that trade, you already lost 2% of your portfolio. Now you're only going to make 6% back. So net positive, roughly 3 to 4%. All right. Changing your stop loss because of that doesn't do you any justice because the trade stays the same. All right. Don't let these wicks trip you up. I know it sucks, but having the higher risk reward ratio, despite what you might think. Now, if this wick never happened and you move your stop loss down like that, and now it's a 4, which is the minimum that I require for my personal trades. Yeah. If you want to do that ahead of time, go for it. But if you need to re-enter the trade because your if this and that statement now became true again, don't be afraid to keep the same stop loss and entry. There's no point in losing money because you're making less profit just because of emotions. All right, but with that being said, I think we're going to start saying goodbye. It was a pretty exciting live stream, nonetheless. In total, during the live stream, from the live stream last night, we entered a short on BTC. We cashed out a profit with about a 7 risk reward ratio. Very nice. We got wicked out of Ethereum, which is unfortunate, and we're waiting upon a re-entry. And we did not come to a final conclusion on Litecoin. I did not get wicked out, and we did not enter short on Litecoin. So all in all, pretty successful. Hopefully, we do come back up, or at least put in a double bottom here and then come back up after that. That would be the best situation. And like I said, when it comes to Litecoin, if we do happen to return back down to the top of the range, and I do see a pretty sizable bearish divergence, I'm going to go ahead and take my profits on Litecoin and then short it from there and start playing the range, because there's no telling on how long we're going to be in that specific case scenario. Fishy, what are you doing? So let's go ahead and start saying goodbye. I hope it does find support off of 540. No. Well, hopefully it doesn't go down to 540. Hopefully this is kind of just like a fake out. So this happens from time to time with these horizontal ranges. Don't get me wrong. It happened on Bitcoin many times. So let's go ahead and go back here, for example. All right. Single rejection. Since it's a single rejection, we're actually going to turn on the wicks and kind of put our horizontal resistance in the middle of the wick and the average. All right. You can see right here, came down, formed a double bottom. That's your bottom from that point on, kind of like right here. All right. Came back up to the top, came back up to the bottom, came back up to the top, fake out for quite a while, came back down, had the retest, entered short again, entered long again, entered short again, entered long again. It failed. You take the short trade, you take it down to the last local high or the next major support and resistance, and play it from there. So sometimes you will get these types of situations in these horizontal supports and resistances. Right here, happen again. All right, we have this previous rejection right here, fake out. All right, it's gonna happen. All right, these things are just a part of trading. You got to learn to work with them and make sure that your emotions don't get too crazy. So, I mean, we've gone through this in the one-on-ones, these specific ranges in particular. And, you know, when I'm going through and counting out how much you would have made off of this, I don't leave these out. I say you would have taken a short trade here that would have failed. You probably would have taken a long trade, breakout trade that would have failed. But then you would have had the conditional just in case you went back into the range, and then you would have caught your re-entry here and then just played it. And then you have a diagonal support and resistance that you have to be wary of, so you have to take your profits here. And then once the range starts shortening up, there's no reason for you to trade anymore, so you just leave it the heck alone. All right. Johnny, later, great stream with action. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've been on live stream with the actual price action going on. And it's kind of invigorating, to be honest. A little bit stressful at the same time because I got a bunch of people going short, long, short, long, short, long. XRP is dumping. XRP is pumping. Slow it down. Slow it down. Monkey brain. All right. What are you doing? No. No. Not gonna happen. You do not chew on stuff like that. You have toys. Ripple, any hope? Go back, watch the live stream. We talked about Ripple. All right. There is hope. All right. I don't mean to be mean and say, go watch something in the live stream, but we talked about it probably like 5 or 6 times during this live stream, if not 3. So I'm kind of tired of Ripple. That's why when we had all 4 coins up, I was just covering Ripple with my face. Hey, Kite, thank you for the stream. If I don't talk to you before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas. You as well, John. Merry Christmas, man. Now, BTC could be a long from that middle support, right? Wrong. All right, I'm sorry to say it like that. Don't take trades from the middle of a range, okay? I know you want to. You might be saying to yourself, Austin, this is a double bottom. I can take this trade. All right? Yes, you could, but is it worth it? All right, let's measure out the risk-reward ratio. All right, let's say this is our horizontal support and resistance. We take our entry here, we set our stop loss nicely below. Okay, we take it up to the top of the resistance. That's only a 3.51, man. All right, that's less than a 4. All right, and as well as that, it can always get rejected somewhere here and then continue back down before you get your take profit. It is better to take a chance from the bottom of the range to the top of the range because it might not work out, but the chances of you making substantially more profit is there. So therefore it's worth it. Okay. It's risk versus reward. All right. So that becomes a 6 now versus a 3.5. All right. And if you think that this is going to end up turning into a bullish pattern, such as a inverse head and shoulders, all right, and that we are going to break out to the upside, don't worry about it, man. Just wait for the breakout. Just wait for the breakout. All right. Because then, all right, you can get a nice little entry, nice little stop loss. Our next major resistance is going to be about $26,000 to $28,000. So let's go somewhere directly in the middle. Let's say 27,000. Okay. That is a 10. That's a 10 with the confirmation of a breakout. So it's even better. Less risk, more reward. All right. So that's what I'm trying to reiterate here. You know, I'm not trying to make you feel dumb or stupid. You're not. All right. I see the reasoning why you want to take that trade. I'm just saying from a simple risk to reward perspective, it's not worth it. That's all. Was the 3090 worth it? I have not gotten a 3090 yet. They've been out of stock everywhere for the past couple of months, and I'm actually thankful for that in a way because it's given me time to think about if I really want to get it and if it's worth it. So when I was looking at getting the 3090, I was playing a lot of games. I was playing, you know, Assassin's Creed Valhalla when it first came out. I was playing Call of Duty. I was playing, you know, Cyberpunk when it came out. So I had all these games and I can run them very well, but not at like the maximum settings. Now that I've kind of played through all of those games, and I haven't played a video game probably in like a week, 2 weeks, something like that. Well, about a week. Let's say a week, just to be safe. And there probably won't be another game that comes out for quite a while that demands my attention. So me investing $1,500 into a graphics card that I don't need versus putting that same $1,500 or leaving that same $1,500 in Bitcoin or, you know, cryptocurrency in general nets me more profit. It's kind of like buying a house, all right? You know, a lot of people, they have this misconception that you want to put down, you know, a good majority of the money down so that you have to pay less mortgage. But if you pay, like, let's say the house is worth like 150 grand, all right, which is a pretty cheap house. All right. And you put like $40,000 down. All right. You're still going to pay off your house in the same amount of time, but your mortgage is going to be a little bit less, about $100 to $200 less. All right. But if you put down, you know, $10,000 and then put the other $30,000 in either like a compounding interest account or in cryptocurrency, you know, that's a little bit more riskier when it comes to timing. But that being said, you're still going to pay off your house in either less time or the same amount of time, but you're going to have an additional, you know, amount of capital for other things. It's kind of the same kind of situation. Did you know you can buy real estate on the moon? I don't know if that's useful quite yet, but that's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna go ahead, hop off. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. I'm kind of liking the daily live streams. Maybe we'll do like Tuesday and Thursday is not really like really focused on price action and trading and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, well, that's our channel. That's what we're going to look at. But maybe it's more of kind of like a, hey, let's chill out. Let's talk about, you know, other things. You guys can, you know, feel free to ask questions about trading. But maybe it's just kind of like a stream instead of a trading stream. Yeah, this is the, I don't know if it's going to focus. It's trying to focus on my face. Yeah, it's these new takeoff. They got 2,500 puffs, adjustable airflow. They're really good. This one's watermelon. Kite, what's your Telegram ID? Let's go ahead and get this up. Let's see. Settings, edit profile. It's at Austin Kite. So I'll type it here. All right, but I'll see you guys either on Friday. Today's Wednesday, right? Because yesterday was Tuesday. Yes, it is. I'll either see you guys on Friday or I'll see you guys tomorrow. If we do show up tomorrow, maybe it might not be at 1 p.m., 12 p.m. Maybe it will be probably around this kind of time because, like I said, it's not the regular scheduled stream. I'm sorry about today. Didn't mean for it to show up this late. But with that being said, I love all of you guys. Thank you very much. Today was quite the exciting time. And thankfully, it kind of went our way for right now. Who knows what can happen. But besides Ethereum, everything kind of worked out exactly how it was planned. Unfortunately, didn't get a long position on Bitcoin from that bottom. I was looking for a double bottom. Still in the Litecoin long. Nothing to really do there. I marked this out just in case you guys want to look at it. But yeah, with that being said, I appreciate all of you. Thank you for showing up. It seems like every single time that we stream, we're getting more and more viewers, which tells me I'm doing a good job. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. If you guys want to support the channel for giveaways in the future, there is the Bybit affiliate link in the description. It's just it's an extra thing. My hope is that as I teach you guys how to trade through my examples, if you guys do sign up with that Bybit affiliate link, you guys will be successful, in turn paying more fees, which goes back to the channel. So it's kind of like a win-win for all of us. As well as that, if you guys do want to sign up for the Telegram or the Patreon, one-on-ones, whatever it might be, that's in the description as well. You can always message me on Discord for any other reason, even if you guys just want to say, hey, this is a good idea. I'll answer it. I don't care if you guys aren't in the Telegram or the one-on-ones. If you guys send me a direct message and I get around to it, I'll answer for you no matter what it is. Yep, I'll check the Discord right after this, man. Bye, Fish. Oh, and Kite. Well, bye to you too. I tried to spend some time before this live stream getting the audio synced up, so hopefully it looks a little bit better. But enough of the goodbye fake outs. I appreciate your time today. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Eat well, sleep well, trade well, and I'll see you soon, okay? All right. Goodbye. you